So this is a short video about partnership working and the importance of thinking from your stakeholder perspective about who and why and then how you develop partnerships with different stakeholders. We all in organizational life have many types of partners that our organization is working with at any one time. In fact, we often don't think about it. If we were to make a full list of all the stakeholders, then, so for example, there was a fire in the organization or something like that, and you really need to think about who it is that you're doing work with. It would include passive stakeholders that are plumbers who sort out your plumbing in the organization, or people who come and sort out the gas safety certificates each year. But actually, if you think quite carefully about who you collaborate with and who you have partnerships with, then of course there are people who provide resources such as funding or referrers who supply people you work with or work for. And there are people that you collaborate with in order to create good projects, to say you're going to create a project to put in for lottery funding for, or you're going to collaborate on a project because it will extend the way that you operate in Leith. So you have partners that you would project develop with in order to create a funding bid, for example. Now that funding bid might be through open procurement, or it might be that you're going to go to the lottery for some funding. And this is very important in terms of how you think about your partnership. And if I just take us to this model that is above us by sharing my screen, then you can see on this model that the top level of partnership development is the Y level, the partners that actually you really share the same vision with. It fits, they get you, they get the organizational purpose. They really, they would be happy to meet with your board and they would totally understand why the organization does what it does. And these are organizations that are worth actually developing partnership with. If they have a problem, you would care because you have a problem. They're a co-creator of partnership. They're the ones that you would truly develop a co-brand with, or you might actually really care and write the bid together. They're very useful for service development, for redesigning services, for getting proper feedback about what works, what doesn't work, and for sharing responsibility for the sustainability of the projects that you put together and what you work together with. They're the ones you should spend your time with in terms of going for cafe time or coffees or talking together. But there are a range of other partners, and it can be the same partner, for whom actually on this particular project you only share the what. These are project partners where you would still put in a funding bid together. You might not co-write it in the same way. And they're good for project management and service implementation. They might be a co-partner with you on a project in Leith under the lottery project, and you might have a bit of a toss-up about, well, who puts the funding bid in together? Or in current projects that I'm working with at the moment, there's a tender out for the moment for mental health services, and there are some organizations that are literally writing a tender together, and others that are going, actually, it was good developing this together, but we're going to go in on our own. Or actually, no, you go in as the lead agency because it says you need to be over a certain size, and we'll be a subcontract. They're very grounding and they're quite practical partners. They will help you have practical ideas because they'll question your ideas because they're actually only interested in the what. They're only interested in the what. They're not really sharing the why. So they will keep you quite grounded. And that can be disappointing at times when you thought you'd share the why, but they only share the what. And then there are a range of other partners that share the how. And again, these can be the same partners. And really on this project, Duncan, we're just sharing the how. So actually you put the bid in, you spend your nights developing the procurement contract. We're happy to have a subcontracting relationship, and they're more like your plumber or your electrician. It's like, actually sign off a service agreement, we'll come and check your boiler every year, that's fine. And or you develop a project with children in Leith and we will deliver the funky juggling workshop or whatever, and we will do that to a service standard. And so the lesson for leaders in this is to manage them as a subcontract, keep them in the loop, but don't over communicate. Don't go for coffee with them that much. They're very happy with the how. They're very happy to be paid on time, to work on what's needed, and they're not interested in co-ownership. So don't overplay it. So that's the model, and I developed that together with my colleague through a multi-partnership development program that we led in the West End of Glasgow with many different organisations involved. And it takes the Simon Sinek stuff into actually partnership working. And if you don't know Simon Sinek, you'll need to listen to the next blog or read up on it. I hope that was useful for you. Please contact me for coaching or for change management support, particularly in relation to climate change and the changing that we're happening at the moment.